Hi lovies, welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda's channel. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload a video, you will be the first person to be notified. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for all the love and support. To those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate you guys are the real MVP. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Alright, lovelies, let's dive into this video. So, lovelies, I came across this video on my For You page on TikTok, and I thought to share with you guys where brother actually set record straight to those people that often talk about how, Black Americans never built America. And I'm just gonna roll the clip as well as some of other stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We're just here for educational purposes. Alright, lovelies, let's go.
Millions of people, black people, died, either enslaved or because they were enslaved or killed. We were a slave country for 100 years longer than we have now the country free of slaves. This is not a thing that happened 150 years ago. This is a thing that happened for 250 years in America, right? And there's death, there's torture, there's terror. There's also 250 years of millions of people giving labor for which they were never compensated. It made America a rich country, and it made people in America very rich. And even if you're descended from somebody who was not a slave owner, the whole society benefited. If I was rich, I could build a school. I could build a hospital. I could donate to the local cultural institutions and events. Everybody, other than the slaves, benefited.
Yes, clearly slavery is the original sin of America, and it did occur for a couple of hundred years, and it caused horrific harm. But it still was 150 years ago.
People keep saying it was 150 years ago. No, it didn't. We kept a kind of quasi-slavery long after actual slavery was eliminated. We built into the 13th Amendment the clause that says you cannot be forced to give involuntary labor unless you are convicted of a crime, which is a backdoor that allowed southern states to basically accuse black people, even children, of all sorts of crimes, and to put them in a system that we'll call convict leasing, where they would lease out these bodies, again, free labor, to farmers, to industry, to anybody. This happened until the 1930s. It allowed Reconstruction to fail. And right after it did, states, starting with Mississippi in 1890, rushed in, called constitutional conventions, and they are not shy about it at all. They say, we are here to white supremacy into the DNA of these states. And those laws exist until the 1960s. The idea that we're just talking about chattel slavery is false. The idea that all of the injury was happened 150 years ago is false. We have to get our heads around what we did and how much we benefited from that, and how much of those tax dollars that we had, that black people were paying in the system, were not being used for them at all. Their schools were underfunded. Their neighborhoods were I grew up in one of these segregated neighborhoods. I watched my neighbor's house burn down because there was one fire hydrant in the entire black neighborhood, and by the time they got that water from that fire hydrant, that house had...
This comment was left underneath the video that I shared on yesterday, where Charles Blow was given education. He was preaching to racist ass Rick Santorum, who likes to go around saying, yes, slavery was a horrible time in American history, but that was 150 years ago, that video. And Charles Blow had to come out of a bag on him. And this commenter says, it's a miracle black Americans are doing as well as we are. This country has perpetuated such depravity against us. I agree. And I believe that's why black Americans are hated so much. Because with everything that they have done to black people in this country, to try to squash us, to try to snuff us out, we are still here. We are still striving. We are still growing. We are still persevering. We are determined. We are determined to have our place in this society. We will not give up, and they cannot stand that about us. They are mad that we are in their faces demanding our equality, demanding our respect for the contributions that we give and have given to this society, that we are demanding to be treated as equal. They hate that about us. They hate it when they see that we are unified. So they work double time to break that unification up. They hate it that with all that is thrown at us, we continue to be adored. They hate that. They hate that our culture is number one around the world, easily recognized in every country around the world. It is why I believe that Africans in the diaspora outside of the United States, it is why they hate Black Americans too. They hate us because they not like us. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar. And that's on period.
The single most important thing that a white person can do in this country that a black person cannot is be viewed as an individual. And this is something that applies in varying degrees to black, brown, indigenous, and other people of color, but is done particularly to the detriment of black people. Non-white people tend to be treated in accordance with racial stereotypes, whereas for white people, white is both viewed as the status quo, and the default is to recognize white people as individuals, and they are not to be associated with or treated in accordance to their few bad apples. The presumption is that they are one of the good ones until they have shown otherwise by their individual behavior, and even then, sometimes not. However, black people tend to be associated with and treated in accordance with their few bad apples, and that is just considered realistic and cautious. And this is seen in how often we hear not all white cops from people who are also upholding the presumption of wrongdoing against black people. And the fact that black people are 7.5 times more likely to be falsely accused and convicted of a crime than white people, and that black people make up 12.6% of the population, but 53% of the exonerations for unaliving, is an everyone problem that's very telling. How about we call out that criminal justice problem?
Like, seriously, lovelies, it's so easy for a lot of folks to actually come out and talk about how slavery and everything that has to do with it is something that really happened in the past, and black people should actually quit the complaint and the pity thing and pity games and all of that, always talking about how they are being discriminated. Oftentimes, non-black people, especially POC, comes out to talk about how it is not actually black people that you are not the only ones that undergo or went through slavery. A lot of people went through slavery. So many people kept slaves and all of that without even realizing the chattel slavery that we are talking about. And another thing is that oftentimes a lot of people, especially Pankolo, like, why is it that you guys are often talking about something that happened 250 years ago, 2050 years ago, 1 million years ago, and all of that? Why we not just move on and let's talk about people that is around now? Why do we keep on talking about people that are not in existence, people that are long gone? It's so free and it's so easy to come out and blab and yell without talking about the implications and the aftermath. It's not as if okay, black people went through slavery and all of that. What is now happening in our today activities, like in our daily activities, like in our today society? What is happening now to today's society? If black people have been treated exactly the same way other people have been treated, you won't see anyone coming and talking about how I am being discriminated against. It's just like slavery was in the past, right? But it's as if slavery is still in existence. People are still practicing that. Not even long ago, couple were arrested for doing what? For actually, participating in like dubious art. They went ahead to adopt 5 black underaged, imprisoned them and enslaved them, made them to work in their farm. Do you think that a black person can actually do this? Do you think that a black person can do this? No. But all because I felt that the system actually benefit them. So they have the right to actually do whatever they want to do. So when I saw that video, I was, telling myself that if you should trace this couple and trace their generation, I think they have a generation that was owned slave. And this is why they feel they feel that they can actually continue from where their ancestors. And a lot of people have been talking about how this is something that existed a long time ago, so why do we keep on repeating it? But it's the same thing that made everything you guys are enjoying now. It is the same thing that put a society the way it is. This same thing that happens years back, so many people are benefiting from it without the real people that went through the process benefiting from it. So many people that have been enjoying it, throughout the years are still enjoying it. It's like a generational, thing. Why the other people that actually went through the process, that put up their time, energy, sweat, sacrifices, everything, are yet to be compensated? But another thing that got people, some kind of wow, that's why just the way this anti-right stage video talked about how this is why they are envious. No matter how they want to keep on breaking Black Americans, they keep on striving. They keep striving. That is why when they see someone like that in a light or in a higher position, it's something like a shock. Like it takes a grace of God for someone that comes from nothing to become something. That is why when enemies see that, oh my God, this person is striving, they will just want to try every means to dim the light of that success. Because of what? Because they feel that success does not befit this particular set of people. So it does not befit them at all. They are supposed to be on it. No matter how they have tried to keep on bringing this particular set of people down, these same people keep proving everyone wrong by becoming a better version of themselves. They don't have support from anywhere. The society is not supporting them. Generational wealth or whatever is not supporting them. So if you see them in a certain level in life, what do you expect from people that, a generational thing have supported? There's a video I see about a pan-colored man who talks about how, that he is a poor pan-colored person. Where is the white supremacy? Where is whatever someone said that he was enjoying? And I was like, you are a poor pan-colored person. Like, how is that even possible? It's not possible. That means your case is different. You need a deliverance. That was why when a lady teach, she was like, if you were a poor colored person, where were you when your ancestors were taking all those wealth? You have all the privilege to succeed, and you still want to go low. That means you have a personal problem. But black people have to suffer from a generational thing. They'll have to suffer from the society and the way the society, treat them. But most of them are still striving. So it's a kudos. It's a plus. It's not easy. And some people will just sit down and talk about how, oh my God, let's just forget about it and move on. These people that actually undergo the struggles and starvations and all of that are long gone. But you are still doing exactly the same thing. The system is still benefiting some set of people, and it's not benefiting some. So what do you have to say about that? Why is it that other people receive reparation and this particular set of people are yet to receive? And you are telling people to move on. If you want people to move on, pay up the reparation, then treat everybody equally, and the system should be, strategized, and everything will be fine. People will move on, no one will talk about it. You can't just keep disrespecting people, like goodness. Anyway, lovelies, why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We're just here for educational purposes, so please share this video, subscribe to my channel if you're yet to do that, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one. And if you have watched up to this extent, thank you so much for all the love and support. Why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We're just here for educational purposes. So please share this video, subscribe to this channel if you're yet to do that. And I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one. So lovelies, I came across this video on my For You page on TikTok, and